So let me now talk about Winter's Tale. This is a movie that I've been trying to get my hands on for a while now. Um, I know most of you are probably asking why is that. That is mainly because this movie, ever since it came out back in February, has been getting legendary status on how bad this movie is. I've been hearing about this movie nonstop since February. This movie failed at the box office, made no money. It was a movie that every time I got this trailer back in probably about December and January of last year, I got this trailer. Every time I got it, I was just sitting there baffled at it because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Why Colin Farrell was at one point 1900s New York, and then in present day New York. I had no fucking clue. I was like, why does Russell Crowe have magical powers, and why is he after Colin Farrell? It's not explained whatsoever. But this movie was a movie that like a lot of people told me about that had saw it, that were telling me that this movie is a movie you have to see to believe. They then proceeded to tell me some of the things that happened in this movie, and I'm like, I have to see. There's no fucking way this is. I was like, you're fucking joking, right? They're like, nope, this is real. This movie is fucking real. I'm like, oh my god, I have to see this movie. And of course, when I realized that, fucking my theater, dropped the movie completely. It was only out for like a couple weeks, and then it never came to the cheap theater. Like, so I had to wait until it came out on DVD and Blu-ray. And you know what? This movie has earned its status as being a really bad movie because this movie is really, really, really bad. But it's fucking awesome. And how bad it is. It is hilarious. This is a movie that should be studied, honestly. Because everything is done wrong about this movie. The acting, the writing, the directing, and the fucking story are just horribly done. Everything about this movie is so horribly done. And that's pretty bad when you got actors of a high caliber like they got in this movie. Like Colin Farrell, who is just really fucking bad. Like, he has some of the worst. He has a horrible chemistry with the main girl, and it features. He's a thief that basically is on the run from Russell Crowe, who I'll get into in a minute. That goes into this woman's house and tries to rob her, but comes across her and she offers him a cup of tea instead of, maybe fucking calling the cops, because that's what people do. And of course he tells her, I will not rob from you. And she says, okay. And at one point he had a fucking gun. He had a gun when he entered the room where she was, and she still believed him. And of course he falls in love with her. It's like a fucking Disney movie. Within like a couple hours of meeting her, he fell in love with her. He has no fucking chemistry with her. The worst performance, in my opinion, though, of this whole movie is fucking Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe, this is without a doubt probably his worst performance I've seen in his whole career. I don't know what fucking accent he was doing in this movie. Only way I can describe it is that he was speaking Popeye. I'm not fucking joking. I half expected him after every sentence to go, whoa, blow me down. I swear I was half expecting every sentence to end with that, but it didn't. He's also a demon, which is said in passing like most things in this movie, that you wouldn't know it until about maybe an hour into this movie that he is a demon, that is hell-bent on fucking going after Colin Farrell for some reason. It's really not explained very well why this one person he's hell-bent on destroying Colin Farrell's life. I have fucking no clue, other than that they used to work together doing something, I think thieving, I guess. And it's just, he is horrible in this movie. Like, I can't even understand some of the dialogue, like some of what he's saying half the time in this movie, like, because of his horrible accent, like really fucking horrible Popeye accent. You also got John Hurt, who's featured in one of the worst uh, scenes I've ever seen, or I saw in the movie, which was when him and Colin Farrell are talking about that says fillet, not fillet. Why would you say that? Why wouldn't you? If you say that, why wouldn't you say wallet and not wallet? Fuck off! Like, it's just so fucking stupid. That's the kind of dialogue you get in this movie. And that's not even scratching the fucking surface. What the fuck else? Oh, and fucking Jennifer Connelly's in this movie. Shows up about an hour and 10 minutes in this movie. If you've seen the trailers, she's prominent in the trailers. But she's only in this movie like for about 30, 40 minutes. The last 30, 40 minutes. Just pops in out of nowhere. She also has one of the worst lines of dialogue. And the fact that she meets Colin Farrell at a library where he's trying to get into the old archives, but they won't allow him because he don't have two forms of ID. And he, she just comes across him and goes, "Oh, I'll help you out. I don't know you, even though she doesn't know him, never has met him before, even though he did run into her daughter at one point. And that's about it. She just says, "Oh, I'll help you." Complete stranger, I don't know. And she's like, "I'm not having any luck anyway." He's like, "Oh, what were you researching?" It's like, "How to cure cancer." It's just said in passing and then just ignored until a couple scenes later where you find out her daughter's got cancer because it's convenient for the fucking plot. I don't want to spoil that because it's just fucking convenient for the plot. Just know that. Also, things just happen, just with no setup whatsoever. Two good examples are at the beginning. This is the first 15 minutes of the movie. Colin Farrell's just running through the alleyway, and he is running away from Russell Crowe's henchmen, and he comes across a horse just standing in the alleyway. Because there would fucking be a horse just standing in the alleyway, I guess. Why the fuck not? You're just supposed to accept it. And Colin Farrell just gets on the horse, and this fucking horse just flies over a gate. Like, seriously, half this movie's problems would have been solved easily by this fucking flying horse, but that could fly apparently anywhere, but they don't ever have the main characters don't fly away on this horse from Russell Crowe and his men. I have no idea why they never did. It makes no sense to me. And also, apparently, speaking of the horse, it is not a horse, it's a dog. I'm not joking. It's a dog. Even though it is a horse on the film, it is apparently a dog because this is an actual line of dialogue from Russell Crowe. No joke. Think about that for a second. If that sounds confusing, just imagine me trying to watch this fucking movie. And in that same scene, Russell Crowe fucking puts a gem up to the moonlight that's shining through his window. And through the light that's coming off the gem, it produces a hologram of Grand Central Station where, just conveniently, Colin Farrell is fucking is in the ceiling of Grand Central Station. I have no idea why. It's never explained why. Just accept it. Again, that's the recurring theme in this fucking movie. I do want to talk about some of the weirdest the most batshit insane moments in this movie that just bugged the fuck out of me. Like, this had me rolling on the floor. Like, literally, the last hour of this movie had me laughing my ass off. But there was a lot of it. I guess I should get into the cameo in this movie. The fucking great cameo in this movie. Russell Crowe goes to see the devil at one point in this movie. I think I got a picture. I sent this picture to my friend. He goes to see the devil, and I don't know if this got spoiled. this got spoiled. Like that was the first thing that got spoiled for me when I saw this movie, or before I saw this movie, was this cameo. But at one point, Russell Crowe gets to see the devil, and guess who's the devil in this movie? Who do you think is the most intimidating actor that could pull off the devil? Think about it. Think about anybody. How about Will Smith? There you go. I don't know if you can see this. There you go. Will Smith. And not just Will Smith as the devil. He's in a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt. What? Why? Why is Will Smith... And Will Smith, they like overmodulate his voice to try to make him intimidating, and it just doesn't fucking work. It's fucking Will Smith. He's about as intimidating as a fly. And for some reason, again, he's in a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt. There's just fucking accept it. Just don't ask. Just accept it. That's what I had to do in this movie. Like, accept a lot of the stupid shit that happens in this movie. And then, apparently, I don't know entirely what consumption is, by the way. That's what the girl that Colin Farrell falls in love with has. But apparently from this movie, in order for this girl to live, in order from what this movie tells me about consumption, you have to always be in the cold. You also, because you're so hot, literally, this girl's so hot that she could melt snow from just walking barefoot. I don't think that's physically possible. Again, just accept it. It's fucking... I don't know why. Like, that's fucking baffling. And then, in my favorite scene in the whole fucking movie, Colin Farrell kills this girl by banging her to death. No fucking joke. Like, Russell Crowe and his henchmen slip something into her drink where if she gets too excited, it will kill her. And so they end up having sex after she drinks this drink. And after they have sex, after they're finished, she dies. No fucking joke. And he has to carry her, and he's trying to revive her. He's trying to revive her by fucking... This is even dumber. Instead of like trying to get somebody to get the medics or something like that, he goes down to where her sister has this bed, where it's a princess bed apparently, where any prince, or according to the sister, a prince could save a redheaded girl by just kissing her or something like that. So he tries that, and guess what? It don't fucking work. Although I half expected it to fucking work because of all the weird shit that's been happening in this movie, but whatever. And then, like, it's just like, I kept laughing because, well, it's like, the next scene is like her funeral and stuff like that. He goes up to the sisters like, I'm sorry about your sister. They'll be like, yeah, sorry, I banged her to death. I guess she died happy, so what the fuck, why not? It literally happens in this movie. She gets banged to death. And that's not even one of the weirdest fucking... And then, when you think this movie... It's about an hour into this movie that happens. And then when you think this movie couldn't get any fucking crazier... Colin Farrell is dumped off the Brooklyn Bridge by Russell Crowe and his henchmen. And he's thrown into the water. He gets up, and it's present day New York. He gets up out of the water, and it's like present day New York. And he's lived over 100 years. And it's not explained why, or how, or like how the fuck he's still alive, how he survived the fucking water. Apparently he's immortal, even though it has no setup to it whatsoever. You're just fucking supposed to accept it. It's like, and then he's just going into random people's houses and going in their closets and finding items that he only had in the 1900s. And then in one of the most batshit insane moments where I went, what? Apparently, not only is he still alive, but the sister, who was probably, I don't know, 7 or something like that, is still alive. She'd be like 107 years old, and she looks like she's maybe 70. No fucking joke. I've been sitting there going, I have no idea what the fuck is going on in this movie. I haven't even scratched. I could go on about this movie for days, and I don't want to do a long review. I'm just pointing out stuff that just baffled me. Like, this movie is bad. It is really bad, but it is something you have to see. It's not a movie I would say just don't watch it at all. I would say watch it. And, like, watch it with a group of friends and have a fucking laugh. Because this movie is funny. I'm actually literally about to tell my friend, I have to introduce her to this movie. This is fucking hysterical. This movie is great. Like, this movie took me 5 days to watch, by the way. Because it was so... I tried to watch it the first day I rented it. I got 15 minutes into this movie when, to the point where Russell Crowe shined a gem at the moonlight and the hologram of Grand Central Station popped up, and I went, fuck this, I can't do this. I was like, I was tired anyways. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like 15 minutes of this movie, I was confused what was going on. So, I remember my friend, like, seeing her the next day and go, she's like, what is this movie about? I said, I've watched this movie for 15 minutes and I still don't know what the fuck this movie is about. Oh my god, this is so bad. I'm gonna get off here. Anyways, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna try to do a Sharknado 2 review sometime this week too, and also a Begin Again review. I know I said that last week, but I definitely will. And also, I will be back definitely on Friday or Thursday with a review for Expendables 3. But until then, see you guys later.